Good morning, everybody. We have a mixed trade in the grain markets here early on Tuesday morning. It is 6:30 a.m. Central Time. December corn futures down 5.25 at 548.5. November soybeans up 7.25 at 13.37. September Chicago wheat up 2.5 cents at 7.13 3/4. September Kansas City wheat up 2 cents at 7.03 1/2. September spring wheat down 1.25 at 9.07 1/2. If you guys are listening on the podcast, as always, really appreciate it. Leave me a rating or review if you have not already. Guys, there is a widespread and well-known issue with the Apple Podcast app. It just does not update quickly. I upload these podcast episodes at about 6:35, and every other podcast app out there gets the episodes almost immediately. So if you're on Apple and you're not seeing this stuff till 7 or 7:30 or 8 o'clock, that's nothing on my end. It's a well-known issue with Apple that even the biggest podcasters out there are discussing, and they're recommending that you go to other podcast apps. So check out, Google Podcasts. Stitcher is a good app. Spotify is a great app, and they're updated a lot quicker than the Apple app. So I just wanted to let you know that. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like these videos. Help me out. If you need some additional assistance from me, go to my website. It is www.standardgrain.com. Go to that website, click on Grain Marketing Plan in the upper right-hand corner. For $49 a month, guys, I offer a subscription service. It includes my morning email, which goes out every business day at 6:30 a.m. Central Time. You'll get all my grain marketing recommendations, every overnight headline that you need to be aware of, all the weather information that's relevant to the markets is included. There are subscriber-only videos and content where I break down everything from weather to charts to grain marketing, all that sort of stuff. This is a monthly subscription billed to your credit card. It can be canceled at absolutely any time. No questions asked. No trading account required. This is a standalone product. Certainly give this a shot, guys. Kind of an interesting crop progress report from USDA yesterday. We saw this big jump in the state of Illinois in both corn and soybean ratings. I'll go through corn first. We saw a 2% jump nationally in the corn rating in the good to excellent category. We went from 64% good to excellent nationally, or we went to 64% from 62 last week, still below the 67% average. The good to excellent rating in the state of Illinois increased by 11% on the week. We jumped from 68% last week in Illinois to 79% in the good to excellent category this week in Illinois. And you saw just small changes in other states. That's a contra-seasonal jump in ratings. Crop ratings typically do not improve during the month of August. It's a contra-seasonal jump for Illinois. A lot of traders and analysts questioned these numbers, and USDA in their NAS Twitter account actually confirmed that this stuff is all correct. I don't generally ever give you guys any sort of opinion on what I think the crop is, but I will say this about Illinois. It appears to be very good to me. I've spent a lot of time in Illinois this summer. I have a lot of customers in Illinois. I always thought that the ratings in the 60% neighborhood, good to excellent, were not accurate. That was my personal view. But in any case, big jump in Illinois corn, and we saw the same thing in soybeans. USDA doesn't use these ratings in their yield estimates this week. It's farmer surveys and satellite data, but certainly interesting, and I think that's probably part of the reason why the corn market's down today. Now, we saw the same thing in soybeans. National ratings were unchanged on the week, 60% good to excellent, but as with corn, the Illinois bean crop improved by 11% in the good to excellent category. We went from 67 last week up to 78 this week. Despite that big improvement in Illinois, which is your largest soybean producing state, national ratings unchanged because we had declines in North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, Arkansas, Mississippi, Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio. USDA says that 72% of the bean crop is setting pods versus 58 last week and 68 on average. So corn and soybean ratings in the state of Illinois improved by 11% in the good to excellent category. It's very odd to see that sort of change week over week, but that's what we got. U.S. spring wheat ratings improved. The crop was rated 11% good to excellent nationally, up from 10 last week, well below the 62% average. The amount of wheat rated poor to very poor declined to 61 from 64 last week, 38% harvested versus 17 last week, 21 on average. Export inspections or shipments were soft last week. Corn shipments only 667,000. That's way below what we need to do in order to hit USDA projections for the marketing year, which of course ends on August 31st. USDA in all likelihood, will lower its projection for old crop corn exports on Thursday morning. Soybean shipments also kind of soft. We still have a shot at hitting the USDA target for the marketing year, but they may need to come down a little bit there as well. U.S. winter wheat harvest nearly complete, aside from the states in the PNW. I mean, just about everybody's done or more than 95% done. The Fed may begin tapering its asset purchases later this year. Atlanta Fed President Bostic was out yesterday, said he is eyeing the fourth quarter of this year in regard to tapering, but is open to an even earlier move if the job situation continues to improve. Boston Fed President said that the Fed should announce tapering plans next month. The Fed currently purchases $120 billion per month in U.S. Treasuries, mortgage bonds, and other items in order to support the economy. The tapering talk or tapering in general, would be considered generally a positive for the U.S. dollar, I think, and perhaps a negative for the stock market, although the stock market's actually acted very well despite that talk. And that talk comes following that unemployment report last week, where we saw unemployment fall to 5.4%, which is the lowest in the post-COVID era. I think they want to see that number a little bit lower, but it looks like we're headed in the right direction. Friday is last trading day for August soybean futures. Make sure you take a look at any remaining open positions that you have there. The cattle market finished just marginally lower yesterday. I think there was some light cash trade in the Western Corn Belt at 124 to 125. The box beef market's been pretty strong and was up another $3 to $4 yesterday. In the outside markets, the dollar's up just a little bit. Stock market's about flat. The S&P's flat. The Dow's down 12 points. Bonds down just a little bit. Gold and silver up a little bit. Crude oil is up $1.23 in the September WTI contract, 67.71. Everybody have a wonderful day today. I will talk to you same time tomorrow.